Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, we've talked a lot about Chocolatito, Romo Gonzalez. He's victorious. He's world champion again. So congrats to him. Shout out to him. But let's talk about Kal Yafai, the now former WBA super flyweight champion. He held the belt for quite a long time. He was, at the time of the Romo Gonzalez fight, the UK's longest reigning world champion. And I guess the question we have to ask with Kal is, what's next for Kal Yafai? What should he do next? And for me personally, I think the answer is clear as day what he should do. I think that the Charlie Edwards fight needs to happen now. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with Charlie Edwards, and for those of you who don't understand why I'm saying this fight should happen, let me just take it back for a second. Okay, so Kal Yafai and Charlie Edwards, they have a long history together. They both boxed on the GB amateur team. They both had a lot of sparring. They sparred a lot of rounds together. Charlie was a bit younger than Kal, so Kal apparently used to put it on Charlie in the gym. But Charlie was just a kid. So Charlie grew up. Charlie became world champion, and he wants some get back. He wants to fight Kal Yafai, and these two have had words in the past. These two have confronted each other at fights, and they really this is one of those genuine rivalries in British boxing. They don't like each other. They really don't. And I feel like for Kal, it's like, okay, when you had the belt and you held the title, and Charlie called you out, you slagged him off, and you said that he brings nothing to the table, which at the time of when they were arguing and stuff was true. His claim to fame was getting his ass up by Casemiro, but he's gone on since then to become WBC champion at flyweight. Now he's moved up to Kal's weight class, 115, and Kal no longer has a belt. So what better way to start rebuilding yourself and chasing a world title at 115 than to go and fight your domestic British rival, who, by the way, Kal, because you guys do have this in common, you're ranked 5 in the WBA. You're not ranked anywhere else in any sanctioning body. So Kal Yafai is not ranked anywhere in the WBC. He's not ranked anywhere in the IBF, and he's not ranked anywhere in the WBO. Charlie Edwards also has the same thing in common with Kal Yafai, as he's only ranked by one sanctioning body, which is the WBO. He's currently ranked number 12 in the WBO. So look, he does bring something to the table now. Okay, he's now your most attractive offer, as attractive opponent, as based on where you stand now, because you no longer have that world title. So the big fights, they're not really there for you. They're not going to be there for you like they were before, unless, unbeknownst to me, you get an offer from one of the other champions. So he's your rival. That's a big domestic fight in the UK. And he's got ranking position in the WBO. So you beat him, maybe you ascend a little bit higher up the WBA rankings, and then you can crack the WBO rankings, and you can build your way that way. And then you'll have ranking position in two sanctioning bodies, which allows you more leverage should you beat Charlie Edwards. Now that's why I think he should take the fight. And from a stylistic standpoint, I think it's a good fight with Kal Yafai. I genuinely believe that Charlie Edwards is a great fight for Kal Yafai, and I'm going to explain to you why I think it's a great fight for Kal Yafai, okay? Now, you just fought, Kal Yafai took the first loss of his career to arguably the best boxer of the last 25 years. And yes, I said it, arguably the best boxer of the last 25 years. I know some of you guys may say Mayweather or Pacquiao, which, fine, but he's in that, Romo Gonzalez is in that discussion. He's at least one of the top 5 best boxers of the past 25 years. Kal Yafai lost to an all-time great, and there's no shame in that. But Charlie Edwards is far from anything close to an all-time great. I mean, this is a guy, when we look at his career, I don't think he has the punching power to hurt Kal Yafai. I mean, he's 15-1 with 6 KOs. When we look at what he was doing at flyweight, he has. I mean, this guy, Charlie Edwards, he hasn't had a stoppage in almost 2 years. I mean, by the time he has his next fight at your call against Kevin Lara on April 18th, it'll be almost 2 years since Charlie Edwards has scored a knockout victory or a stoppage victory of any sort. So I think this is a fight for Kal Yafai where, in terms of power, strength, they're going to be on his side. They're going to be on his side. Now that he's been world champion at flyweight, now if you fight him, you're not just fighting Charlie Edwards, the guy that he would perceive to be the brat from the GB team from the GB team who now thinks he's grown up and can step up to you as you were world champion. You're not fighting that guy. No, you're fighting now former world champion Charlie Edwards. So that's gonna give Kal a nice feather in his cap if he fights Charlie Edwards and beats him. On top of that, it would be a fight that would be a meaningful fight for the British boxing public, as many people want to see that fight, as many people I know across the pond in those shores would be very interested in seeing a fight between these two. So I like to see it happen. I think that this would be a fight where we see the snidey, the nasty side of Kal Yafai, and likewise Charlie Edwards. I feel like this is one of those genuine rivalries in boxing, and the score needs to be settled. And I don't think there's a better time than now, because neither one of them holds a belt, and the winner, whoever it beats, whoever, is gonna move on to bigger and better things. So the way I see it now, right now Charlie Edwards has a fight coming up on April 18th at your call against Kevin Lara. So if he can get past that test at your call on April 18th, there's no reason why this fight shouldn't be, made in the summertime. July. I think this is a fight that can be made for July, and I think it would really be good for British boxing. It'd be good for the British fans, and it'd be good for the careers of both fighters, as whoever wins this fight will move on to greener pastures. It would be Kal Yafai to finally put everything he's been saying in IFL interviews and behind the glove interviews about Charlie Edwards in the past to bed, that he is here and that Charlie Edwards is here, and it would be Charlie Edwards' chance to prove to the world that Kal Yafai, sure, he was world champion, but he was always a limited fighter with great matchmaking by Matchroom Boxing. It'd be his chance to validate everything he said. So look, I like these kind of fights. I think there's never been a better time for it to happen. So Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, all parties involved. We want to see Kal Yafai versus Charlie Edwards next, as far as what happens next with Kal Yafai's career, because now he's got more of a name due to the fact that he just fought on a big card in Texas. Now he fought the great living legend, the real TBE, the real fighter of the decade, Roman Cholatito Gonzalez. So I'm a bit long-winded, but y'all get the point. Kal Yafai versus Charlie Edwards, it makes a lot of sense, so why not? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Would you want to see this fight next for both of these fighters? And on top of that, who would you favor and why? If you're a Charlie Edwards fan, let me know why Charlie batters Kal Yafai. If you're a Kal Yafai fan, let me know why Kal Yafai batters this bum, Charlie Edwards. And I'm not calling him a bum, but I'm saying for the sake of trash talk. That's what we're saying. I don't think Charlie Edwards is a bum. I don't think Kal Yafai is a bum. I think they're both good fighters. I think the two of the top fighters from their country are on their weight. So fair play to them. We want to see this fight. So leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, like I say in every single one of these videos. You can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just Kevin Daniels. Until next time, take care, guys.